Hey, this is Chantilly, your business spirit guide. I'm a certified Vedic astrologer, business coach, and reader, and I like to follow the phases of the moon to set goals and to manifest. So today we're talking about the first quarter moon in Swati, Pada 4, and this is happening on August 5th, 2022. On the first quarter moon, we take our goals and intentions and we create a strategy based on those goals and intentions that we set on the new moon, and the new moon was July 28th. So, we're going to talk about what's going on in the sky tomorrow on the first quarter moon, and then I'll help you work through a strategy. If this is content that you feel like you would benefit from, and you would mostly benefit from this content if you are a woman who has a business and you want to utilize the energy of and the information of astrology and tarot to use to help you succeed or do whatever you need to do in your business. Okay, so like I said, I'm a business coach and I'm a reader and astrologer, and I try to use all those skills together in these videos to help you create a business that is in alignment with your highest good and that's in alignment with your purpose, because that's part of my purpose. So, make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, more content like this, because I really love doing these. I really want to eventually do these accountability videos live because I want to kind of help people, answer questions live. But if you do have any questions, make sure you put your questions in the comments, and I can help you with your strategies for the first quarter moon there any way that I can. Okay, so overall, connecting with the energy of this first quarter moon will help us be a little bit more creative and imaginative when it comes to our sales and marketing. It's really good for writing, being creative, all kinds of stuff. So let me go and explain why this is. And this is because the full moon is good for your imagination, period. But there's so much going on with this moon. It's with K2 in Libra. So this really helps us. K2 helps us connect to our creativity. It really helps us. It helps us with our connection to spirituality. And there's a lot of confirming parts of this first quarter moon that it has so much energy of spirituality and imagination and occult information and just imagination and creativity is so full of it. And some of the reasons why is because there was a lot of pain that we've been healing from in these last lunar cycles that I've noticed. And I noticed it, I think I talked about it in the new moon in Cancer video, where there's a lot of emotional pain and mental pain and healing that we need to work on and focus on. And we've been going through a lot, and it could have been affecting our imagination and our creativity. It could have affected that a lot. But what's happening during this first quarter is that we're getting a lot of it back. It's renewed in a lot of ways. And the thing that keeps popping in my head is the placement of Venus. And that's important because the new moon is in, not the new moon, the first quarter moon is in Libra. And Libra is ruled by Venus. So the placement of Venus tells us a lot about what's coloring, basically, this first quarter moon. Venus is in Purnavasu, and it's in the third pada. Very imaginative, um, very spiritual, very hopeful, very hopeful, because Purnavasu comes after Ardra, and Venus was in Ardra during the new moon. So Ardra could have, and Venus also represents creativity. So our creativity was going through a transformation, but it could have been affected to where we felt like we had a creative block, but it was just going through some type of transformation. We had some things that we had to go through, that we had to process, that could have been painful, and it could have taken us out of our creative space. So this isn't just for sales and marketing. Like I said, if you're a person who has a business that leans more towards creativity, where you have to use your creativity and your imagination, and maybe if you have a spiritual business, maybe you might have felt a little off lately. Right now, all that's being renewed. So if you're a singer, an actor, a writer, director, producer, anything like that, things might have been a struggle for you during the new moon. Things will be a lot better right now during this first quarter. So you want to utilize that imagination and creativity. You also want to get to working on your strategies moving forward. You've learned a lot. Now it's time to put that information that you got, turn it into a strategy, make it into an action. Okay. So that placement is so important of Venus right now, because the first quarter moon is in Libra, which is ruled by Venus. Venus is also in Gemini right now. So Gemini is communication. So that is another confirmation of sales and marketing. We have to get to that. It's communication. But also, because Lilith is also with Venus in Gemini. Yes, I do Vedic astrology, and I do also pay attention to Lilith. Okay, but Lilith is, it helps us where she is. It helps us accept where we're different, where we're unique, where we might have been rejected in the past, where we might reject ourselves. It helps us accept that. So when we are doing our creative things and our imaginative things and our spiritual things in our businesses and for our businesses, we have to remember to stay unique and stay true to ourselves and accept ourselves in our communication to our audience. Okay, it's very important. Another reason why I'm saying it's so important to connect with your spirituality, imagination, and creativity right now is because the first quarter moon is with the nodes, is with K2, and also Rahu affects it. So if someone who had this placement in their personal birth chart, then they might be a person who can see things in the spiritual realm, who can see things and get messages from people who might have passed away, or from they can easily connect to spirits and other entities, because they don't really have a connection here on earth, and so they can be mistaken for people who have severe mental health issues, but they're just really, really spiritual people. Okay, so with this being in the sky right now, it'll be easier for us to connect to the things that we don't see, our imagination, our spirituality, our creativity, than the things that are maybe a little bit more down to earth and realistic. So if those aren't really things that are your strong point in the usually it's okay to go ahead and outsource during this time with things that are earth like accounting, management, paying attention to details, things like that. You might want to outsource that, or just know that you won't really be strongly drawn to that right now. Okay. So that's really important to take into consideration. Rahu also rules the nakshatra that the moon is in, Swati. So that's also something to take into consideration. Now, something else that's important is the placement of Jupiter, because Jupiter is the planet that rules the pada that the moon is in, the fourth pada of Swati. It rules Pisces. It's a Pisces Jupiter pada. So it's more of the confirmation of these katydids is getting loud. They feeling it. That's even more confirmation. But more confirmation of the getting deep, because Pisces is deep. So getting deep into the and Jupiter is in Pisces. So deep imagination, deep spirituality. Get all into it. Get it's deep into creativity. Get lost in it if you feel like you need to. It'll be really helpful for you, and especially to help you express any of strong emotions or strong thoughts or strong feelings that you've been having from recently. Like I was talking about the mental and emotional self-care that the new moon was asking us to do. It'll help, this first quarter will help us express that and in our businesses, especially in sales and marketing, anything that we have to communicate. I think that's all I want to say. I feel like I've been talking for a very long time, but that's really all I want to say. There's Mars is looking at this first quarter moon, so it'll give us a lot of energy to do what we need to do in our businesses. So I feel like I'm about to start rambling. I feel it coming on. So let's work on these strategies. You want to pay attention to, make sure I'm still recording. You want to pay attention to, we're going to go back to the new moon. What did you reflect on? What are your intentions? Okay. In the last video, we worked on SMART goals. You can go back to that video. I'll put that in the description box. And you can go back through that if you feel like you need to. I shared a lot of information there. So you want to review your reflections and your intentions from the new moon. And now we want to make a list of everything that needs to be done to manifest and achieve those intentions and goals. Don't even think about it. I don't like thinking about I like to get it all off my mind. Just write down everything that you think that you need to do to manifest and achieve these goals. And then after you write your list, look at it, and then we're going to focus on prioritizing. Okay, what needs to be done first, and what is going to take you the longest to complete. Those are the things that you need to put A next to. Okay, so we can I categorize like, A, B, C, D, that, things like that. What's most important? What's most important after that? What's most important after that? What's most important after that? Keep going until you have everything prioritized on your list. You might see that some things you don't really need to do, and you can go ahead and just take it off. But moving forward, after you prioritize, then you see how much time, kind of estimate how much time each thing that you wrote down will take individually. And then once you have an idea of what you need to do and how much time it'll take, then you go to your calendar and you put in what day and time are you going to do those things. You know, use your timers, use your reminders if you need to. They're helpful. And that is basically what I have for you for this first quarter moon. Okay. I want to make sure that if you're interested in any individual accountability coaching, you can, like if you want accountability coaching so you can have spiritual and practical support to stay on track with your business goals, look into the description box and then you'll see my Fiverr account so you can see my accountability coaching services. My other services that I offer, you can see my reviews once you're there. And if you have any questions about my services, you can also send me a message there. Until I talk to you in my Fiverr, keep your head to the sky. Talk to you later.